the Old Testament is relevant today because it is the reflection of God's relationship with the people and their growing understanding of who God was over time. And I think it's like reading the Old Testament is like watching the story of a life unfold as it goes on. People are discovering more about God and how God works and that's how he makes himself known. And then obviously in the New Testament, with the coming of Jesus Christ, the full revelation, a more full revelation of who God is. So it's important, but it's also important that we understand the context of the Old Testament, which is often where people can get caught out and have difficulties with it.
I mean, people sometimes ask about whether we need to read the Old Testament, and I'd say definitely yes, because they are our ancestors in faith, and Jesus was Jewish, and oddly enough, he wasn't Christian. He was a Jew. So when we read the Old Testament, we're reading his scriptures, and if we do that, then it helps us to understand where Jesus was coming from.
Some people say, but the Old Testament, what's in it? The language is so different. It's because it has been reworked so many times. It's a different style of writing than the New Testament. So even the images and the symbolism and the language, there is a greater distance. But if you just chop the Old Testament out, it's like watching a sequel without watching the prequel. I have part 2, but I don't know what part 1 is about. And as Augustine used to say, the new is concealed in the old, and the old is revealed in the new. So both of them need one another.